Hi, I'm Graden Osler. Today we're going to be talking about real estate investing, what investors in this local market are looking for as far as their returns. And I'm going to talk about a local deal that I recently did. We closed on this property about 8 months ago. My wife and I, we've been investing for about 12 years, and have been helping people buy and sell for about 4 years here at the Keller Williams office in Orem. I'm working a lot with buyers and sellers in Vineyard, as well as investment properties. People are reaching out to me to become a first-time landlord or to get another rental. I would like to discuss the tried and true investment of brick and mortar. And we're going to deep dive into these numbers and see what kind of returns you can look for. My wife and I have been investing in real estate for about 12 years. At this point, we own and manage 9 units of rental real estate just here in Utah County. So this is a townhome right there on Geneva Road in Provo. It does have an HOA, and the benefits of an HOA are lawn care is provided. A lot of times on a rental property, first thing that goes south is the yard, and we don't have to worry about that. Also, the insurance is a lot cheaper when you pay that HOA fee. So this is the 4 financial benefits of real estate investing. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 additional bonus benefits that we'll talk about. The 4 benefits of real estate investing: cash flow, principal pay down, appreciation, and tax benefits. So we're going to break down these benefits and find out exactly what this property is doing for us. Now, we bought this place in November. We actually put 25% down, amounts to $57,500, which brought the loan balance to $172,500. Now, there's costs associated with getting the loan, $57,400 in closing costs, and we actually went ahead and did some renovations. So we spent over $26,000 on improvements. Now, cash to close plus the renovation equals our total cash investment of $90,000. So let's find out what the return is on that $90,000. Sometimes people, they'll mention, hey, Graden, I could make $400 on this deal per month if I rent it out. Well, that's only one piece of the puzzle. I would need to know a lot more information to see if that's a good deal. Did they spend $200,000 to be able to make $400 a month? Or did they spend $4,000 to be able to make $400 a month? There's a big difference, and that is the ratio. And we've got to make sure our ratio is in line or even better with the current market. Remember, we spent $90,000. We want a lot of money coming back if we spent $90,000. And we'll see just what is coming back each month, and also the return on the asset, not necessarily the return on the cash. There's a term, PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That is one check or one deposit that goes to the bank each month. HOA is a little bit different, and it's paid separately. But we've got principal, and this is in the first year. Approximately $305 goes towards principal. Approximately $410 goes towards interest. And the property taxes is included in that. payment plus homeowner's insurance, $74 and $32. That totals approximately $821 to the bank. I pay an additional $130 to the HOA, which totals each month I'm spending about $951 to own that 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse. We rent it out for $1,500 per month. The difference between that is called cash flow. That's money you put in your pocket, you put into the property, you save it, you save to invest in another property. $548 each month because I own this townhome. Now, let's find out if that's a good return as far as a ratio, as far as a percentage. Let's talk about what my cash can do in this property. I put $90,000 in. Okay, we rent it out for $1,500. Now let's minus the mortgage payment. We already got that number, $548. That's my cash flow. Well, what do I earn annually? We times that by 12, which gives me about $6,500 per year. Now, in order to find out the ROI, the return on the cash, there's the cash on cash return formula. And we put our annual earnings over the initial cash investment of $90,000. Now, that's 7.3% on the cash alone. You know, check your other investments. Are they yielding 7.3? And that is on the money spent. And these other three we're going to talk about, it's actually the return on the asset. And combined, it gives you a pretty incredible annual return on your investment. And we're going to talk about that. The next one, we'll actually talk about the principal pay down, another term, debt servicing, mortgage buy down. Who's actually paying that? Well, it's the tenant that is reducing your mortgage. It's pretty powerful. So, we already talked about the loan balance. Right now, the first year, I owe about $172,000 on the property. What was my interest rate? 2.875%. We know we are going to pay about $5,000 to the bank just in the first year. Okay? That $5,000 interest annually minus actual money that we paid to the bank, the difference between that is our mortgage pay down or the debt servicing. This loan balance is going down $3,600 a year, and it gets better in time. But the first year, the loan balance went down $3,600 and the owner didn't even pay for it. Super powerful. So let's find out the return ratio. We know that mortgage principal pay down was about $3,600. Let's divide it by the initial cash investment, and we get about 4% return due to debt servicing. We're talking about appreciation, the third benefit. So we know that we bought the place at $230,000. I wanted to be conservative. I wanted to put this number in at 5%. Within the first year, this place is going to go up $11,500. Okay, let's put that over our cash investment. That gives us 12.7% return on the asset due to appreciation, which is super powerful. Now, tax benefits, it gets a little complicated. I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney. We have talked about these things and kind of verified that these are accurate. But I want to talk about two of the main tax benefits. There are multiple tax benefits. of real estate investing. These are the two most powerful. Now, depreciation. Real estate is one of the only things I can think of where we're able to depreciate an appreciating asset, and it's super powerful. So let's take the value, the purchase price of the home the first year at $230,000. We're actually minusing out the land, subtracting out the land because we can't depreciate land. So there's an estimated $180,000 that is applied to the building as far as value. Now, a $180,000 building, we can depreciate it over 27.5 years. And that gives us approximately $6,500 in depreciation. Well, let's plug in that depreciation, and I'm going to use a 22% tax bracket. That's common around the valley. And if you have that 22% tax bracket, that is $1,440 that you can actually write off on your taxes. So people who own a lot of real estate, they don't pay a lot of taxes. So that's the benefit of depreciation. So let's go $1,440 of yearly annual depreciation, divide that by our cash investment, that gives us 1.6% return on investment for tax depreciation. Everyone may be familiar with the mortgage interest deduction. You're able to do it on your primary residence as well as any investment properties. We already determined that we paid the first year approximately $5,000 in interest alone. Well, let's write that off. So, what's that times our common 22% tax bracket is $1,091.06. That gives us the ability to write off $1,091.06. So let's plug that in. What's the return? 1.2% additional return on that investment for our mortgage interest deduction. Awesome. So what do all these numbers mean? Most people focus on cash flow. We already determined that 7.3% return on the cash alone is a strong return. Now let's find out the return on the asset. Let's bring it all home. We've got cash flow, principal paydown, appreciation, and these tax benefits. All have an annual return. That totals 26.8%. Where else are you going to find a place to put your money and get an annual return of 26.8%? I promised 2 additional benefits of real estate investing. I want to mention control is one of them, and hedge against inflation. You can control the asset, make improvements, adjust rent rates, make more money. Hedge against inflation. We lock in our mortgage payment with the bank for 30 years, but generally with tenants, we lock in a contract for 1 year. Prices go up and up and up, and that enables us to hedge ourselves against inflation. Everything else gets more expensive, rent goes up. Our mortgage stays the same. We're cash flowing more in time. I mentioned earlier that my wife and I, we own and manage 9 units of rental real estate just here in Utah County. I ran the numbers just the other day, and we are generating about $50,000 a year in passive income. It's taken us years to get to where we're at, but what would $50,000 additionally a year do for your family? So that's why I'm always talking about real estate investing. It's tried, true, and proven. If you like what you hear, to reach out to me and we can get started in looking for an investment property. It's not that difficult.